You can get a lot done when people aren't paying attention. We live in a society where many people want that like on a picture, want people to notice them, and we do things to attract this notice. But there's something to be said about simply paying attention to your own life and upgrading your life without purposefully trying to attract anyone's attention. And what this may look like is that you lose the weight without posting your gym pictures. You cut off your hair without talking about why you're doing it. Or you buy a new car and maybe you post an IG story and you're sitting in it, but maybe you don't. But the point is, people never heard you talking about getting a new car. Your upgraded life was done in silence, and they just saw the fruit of that upgrade. I once read a quote, "Not everyone is for you. They just want the game plan." And this is so true. So let's get into why you should upgrade your life in silence. Don't tell people you're upgrading your life overall. You might share one or two areas that you're upgrading with a trusted friend or a family member, but you're not out there sharing your plans with everyone. And your main master plan, share that with God, because His angle is always what's best for you. The first thing is that by not saying anything, you're going to avoid getting unwanted advice that can make you question yourself. The moment you begin to share your plans with people, expect unsolicited advice. This is why only a handful of people even know about my YouTube channel. Friends, family, and people you know in general will all have an opinion on what you should do, how you should do it, and when you should do it. When you're leveling up, whether that means switching careers, moving cities, or starting a project, it's easy for others to project their fears onto you, and this could cause you to second-guess yourself. So know when to keep things that are implanted to yourself, or just your overall plans. This is way better in the long run, and I think you being able to trust your intuition and make decisions based on what truly aligns with your goals, not on the advice of others who may not understand what you're doing, that's important. The second thing is you don't have to explain yourself. As adults, we often feel the need to explain or justify our decisions to others, especially when they don't align with the people around us. Whether it's deciding to leave a stable job for a new opportunity, choosing to move to a new city, or you're going through some personal transformation, you shouldn't feel obligated to explain every detail of your choices. The need to explain yourself is draining. You don't have to justify why you want what you want, especially when the reasons behind your decisions are personal and meaningful to you. Meaningful to you, which means that no one else has to really get it. You don't owe anyone an explanation about why you're leveling up or changing the course of your life. Being an adult means taking ownership of your decisions and respecting your own autonomy. So by choosing to upgrade or level up in silence, you avoid the pressure to constantly explain or defend or validate your choices. You protect your energy and free yourself from the burden of needing approval or understanding from others. You don't need anyone's permission to pursue your goals, and you don't need to seek validation from those who may not fully comprehend your path. The third thing is you might change your mind. I know that has happened to me before. One of the most freeing aspects of doing things in silence is the space it gives you to make choices without any external expectations. You might stop midway on something. You may not be consistent. You might not follow through. And who's going to check you? No one. Because plans change, people change, situations change. Sometimes after putting in effort or starting a new venture, you may find that what you thought you wanted isn't actually what you need. Those who are OGs on this small, for now, YouTube channel would have seen me start it and then stop, delete my first videos, and restart again. Now, if I told everyone about this channel, I might have been embarrassed to restart. I knew why I paused. I know why I wheeled and came again. And when we're quick to share what we're doing, we might later decide to pivot or change direction or abandon an original idea altogether. But then you may feel judged or pressured to explain why. So by doing things in silence, you give yourself the grace to change your mind without the need for an explanation. You're free to explore, to experiment like I did, and learn without worrying about feeling embarrassed if you decide to course correct. The pressure to be perfect or to follow through on everything you announce to the world, I think sometimes that stifles growth and creativity. But by doing things quietly, you can make mistakes, you could refine your goals, and you could change directions without the added weight of others' opinions. Another thing is that you can mess up without an audience. And I think one of the most powerful reasons to level up in silence is the opportunity to fail and learn without an audience. Every successful person has made mistakes, but what sets people apart is their ability to keep going after the failure and also keep some of their struggles private until they've come out stronger. When you make a mistake in public, the feeling of being watched can make failure feel much worse. You might feel like you have to explain yourself or justify your decisions. And I think this can prevent you from fully owning the lesson in the experience. Failing in front of others can sometimes make it harder to recover. So by upgrading your life in silence, you give yourself permission to make mistakes. And your growth becomes more about the process and less about the performance. Another thing, I'm sure, in terms of, this is a bonus, when we as women know when to be quiet, we increase our allure and our attraction. There's a certain allure to people who move through the world with quiet confidence. They don't announce their every move, and mystery is magnetic. When people can see that your life's improving but you don't have much to say about it, you create a sense of intrigue around your progress. People notice when you start living differently, and this can be powerful, especially because this kind of quiet elevation demonstrates a woman's confidence in herself. Finally, let me just say that upgrading your life in silence is about strategy, not keeping a secret. Leveling up in silence isn't about hiding your progress. It's about creating space for yourself to grow without the unnecessary distractions. It's about trusting yourself and allowing your actions to speak louder than your words. So to recap what I've talked about in this video, by keeping certain things private, you protect your plans from unwanted advice. You don't have to explain yourself, and you give yourself the freedom to change your mind without judgment. You also allow yourself the grace to fail and learn without an audience, and it helps you, I think, in developing a quiet confidence that will naturally attract others. We live in a world that I think thrives on social media updates, sharing public achievements, telling people every step of your journey. So there's something powerful about people just seeing the results of your growth. People can't humbug you, or they can't humbug what they don't know. And humbug is a word we use in the Caribbean. It just means they can't get in your way. Upgrading your life in silence, whether it's your career, your personal life, or even your own self-improvement journey, it can lead to greater clarity and fewer distractions and more authentic experiences. It's not always about public validation. The real power comes from moving in silence, leveling up, and letting the results show up in your life. Thank you for watching today's video. Remember to hit the like button and to share this video with a friend so that more women like you can find my channel.